Good day, fellow modelers. With all the fun I've been having dropping bombs from my Phoenix Stuka, I decided to add a pair of bombs to my Eflite twin 64mm A-10. The model flies exceptionally well for its size and weight, and I felt this might be another low-stress FPV bomber. I added two store stations, number 5 and 7, not found on the stock model. They reside at the outboard edge of the fuselage fairing under the wing. I 3D printed a pair of representative pylons, wide enough to accept the same 2-gram servos I use on the wing pylons on my Stuka. Since the full-scale aircraft is capable of carrying 2,000-pound Mark 84 gravity bombs on these stations, I decided to 3D print those at the appropriate scale. The drop mechanism is the same as the Stuka. The inverted servo with a single-sided bell crank penetrates the top of the bomb like a keyhole. Commanding the servo to the other extreme locks the bomb to the rack until commanded. Earlier in the day of my first bombing sorties, I flew line of sight and dropped the bombs in front of me to gauge how they flew. I was surprised at how far they traveled, even releasing them at what I would consider moderate speeds of the model. On my very first bomb drop sortie, I was unsure of how high I should be and how far out to throw the switch, so I guessed at about 100 feet up and 100 feet out in a shallow dive. As you can see, the result was not too bad. I overshot the 6x9 tarp by about 30 feet and a little to the left. On the second drop, I decided to try a more Stuka-like dive. I started much higher and left the gear down to create more drag. The result was not any better. I was much farther away and even more to the left. Returning back to a more horizontal bombing on the third attempt, I left the gear down during the run. Again, the results were not great, but again I got the bombs within 30 feet of the tarp. Still long and still to the left. Here is a clip of one of my better landings on our rather rough field. As you can see, I need to cut the weeds. The next day out, I had my flying buddy Rich video the drops from the ground. The bombs have now been painted olive with a rattle can. The first drop was quite good, falling short by only about 10 to 15 feet. My best yet. The video has been slowed 50%. The second drop was not any better, long again by about 30 feet. I will continue to practice every time I bring the model out, trying to put a bomb or two onto the tarp. But I still believe this will be much harder to accomplish than it has been with my Stuka. More as it happens. Thanks for watching.